Welcome to
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing?
I talk about so many different things
How you
related to
been?
life and living.
What's
Most
going
importantly,
on?
doing it honestly,
What's
being
good?
honest, and stories are honest.
Are you
Please
getting it
subscribe
in?
and check me out.
Somebody
Leave a
getting it
whole
for
bunch
you?
of reviews and wishes and welcome.
What's
Just click the
going
red button at the top.
on, people?
Follow me on Instagram. See you later.
Subscribe to my channel.
What's good, people? It is a day of another day that we call Sunday. And with it being said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's doing everything as far as being safe in this world we're living in and knocking down doors and making your dreams come true and practicing ignore. Now, I know it's been a minute before I stood before the camera like this way in a little while. I came in front of the camera because I want to talk about something in reference to the hormones and stuff. You know, a lot of times I feel as though there's this transition and stuff to two spirits. When you go to the doctor, I want to talk about something about the doctor. Because I noticed, I don't know if anybody's talking about it, I'm going to talk about it. Okay. Before you change and stuff, they used to check your glands, your prostate glands, which means that it would take their fingers and go anally into your butt and basically check your prostate and stuff for cancer and stuff like that, and swollen, you know. But I noticed since I've been this way, that has not happened. It's almost as if when you, once they know what you do, they kind of don't want to go in. In some cases, I guess, but due to the fact that I went to doctors and stuff, and no one never did a prostate as far as checking anything, when I wasn't this way, they definitely did a prostate, you know, figures up the butt. It is what it is. And basically what they do is they go inside of you and they'll touch around, you know, to feel the glands and stuff if everything is okay. Make sure you ask them why they're not checking your prostate. This is very important. When you are going to these doctors and stuff, ask them, can you check my prostate? Because I want to make sure everything is okay with me. Because the thing about it is, if you don't say nothing, they probably wouldn't even be thinking about it. Okay? Just want to make sure you remember that. Okay? Now, also, we try to keep you aware that the hormones consist on cancer. I don't want you to forget that part as well. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get cancer. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you. But I do want you to be aware of it because a lot of times we get caught up in the fact that we're taking hormones and we just want to be a certain way. And we have to think of the bad thing when it comes down to that as far as, you know, theory. Me, myself, I've had a lot of girls die from cancer and stuff. And, you know, when we pass away, people say, well, she must have AIDS. She must have AIDS because of what she was, because of the LGBT thing. But the thing about it is that we're dying from cancer. We're taking the same hormone pills that females are taking. They're hormone replacement therapy, which basically, in some cases, can give you cancer. Everything don't work for everybody. But I want to keep you aware of this in reference to that because I noticed that when I went to the doctor and stuff, I noticed they never checked. Like, never. But before, they always checked. It always found it to be very funny, like, why when you know, because you have to get your mammogram and stuff, too. You have to check your, you know, you always feel your breast to make sure everything is, you know, normal. And you think of a lump. Now, this is called breast cancer. A lot of people saying, you know, F cancer, stuff like that. But cancer awareness stuff, so do the pink and stuff. You have to check yourself if you have breasts. Even if you have a small breast, whatever the case may be, you have to do your little mammogram and stuff and check. And you have a doctor and stuff, you know, you contact your doctor and stuff. But these things are very important. Because now you're inside of womanhood, you have to do everything as far as womanhood things. We have to realize that now we transition from one thing to another, and we have to start doing the things that the other girls do. I went to a funeral yesterday, and when I had a funeral, I went to a memorial. It was very, very on my computer. You know, my Instagram and stuff has basically become a home because it was freezing cold. You know, it was a guy that passed away as a bartender. He was not trans, he was a gay guy and stuff. Kooky, he passed away and stuff, and I went to celebrate his life. And the thing that I realized is that death is guaranteed with all of us. So you have to live your life the best way you can as far as being happy. And you have anybody in your life that's not making you happy, you don't need to be with them. Just my opinion. If you want to be with them, that's you. But me, myself, I'm not going to do that with me. And I realized something when I was there, because I went by myself and stuff. I was freezing, I was cold. The trains for 33rd, the trains are not going to 33rd Street which means I got the train to go to 33rd Street, only find that this train is not going to 33rd Street, so I have to go back on the other train to go back over to go to World Trade Center to only find out that I don't know how to get from the World Trade Center up to Christmas Street. So that was the complication within itself. There's levels to this. There's levels to being who I am. There's levels to being who you are. And I realized one thing in life is that people don't really, if you are not two-spirit, people don't really understand our journey. People don't really understand our truth. We're more like the sex dolls and, oh, I can play with this, I can play with this, but they're playing with our feelings. And the one thing I realized is that we're doing a lot of transitioning stuff as far as our bodies, as far as our health. And the one thing I realized is that one thing you have to be is happy. You have to be happy. It took me a long time to get here to my life, and I feel as though it comes a time when I feel as though I have to learn to accept things that I cannot change, and I move on within my life. And I learned that the mistakes I made in the past, I would not be making them in the future. There's levels to being who I am. I learned to tune people out, especially my two spirit sisters, you know I'm talking to. No suicide. You're in this journey with us. We're all rocking with you together. So no suicide is on the table. You have to understand. You're not going through it alone. Like I said before, always hit me up on Yahoo, baby over yahoo.com or something. A lot of you always do. A lot of you hit your Instagram, stuff like that. And I will call to you. Now, if you're the kind of person that want to be negative or to come at me, I'm going to ignore you. If you tell me what you think I need to do as far as this, what I need to do, I'm going to ignore you. Because to me, as an older person, as a young person, I'm not saying I can't learn from anybody, but make sure you come at me correctly and not being very mean to me, you know what I mean? Because the thing about it, I don't think a lot of you understand, a lot of girls don't even talk back to a lot of girls. And then when you do get one, sometimes you shame me for standing in my truth and trying to be there for you. So, that is, and I'm not saying all y'all, because I mean, a lot of y'all give me love, and I love you back, of course. You know, and I always, like I said before, there's levels to this. And I've gotten to another level within myself. It took me a long time to even get here. The fact that I could put on shoes and go outside and go to New York. I wore heels for the first time in New York as of yesterday by myself. I got on the bus, not heels, but boots. And it was a big thing for me because, you know me, I'm always going outside. I'm ready for war. And nobody really bothers me, you know, and I always say God send you different signals and stuff, and I kept seeing things, but sometimes you can see things, if you're not ready to receive it, you're not going to receive it. And me, myself, I sit back and I saw it, and I went outside, I used to wear shoes on, the people invading them all once again, and I started questioning myself as far as my passability, that maybe I'm more passable than that thing, you know, people say I am, but even though I appreciate that, but the thing is, you have to believe in who you are in order for something to work. Just because when somebody says something that's the way it is, it's not the way it is when it comes to you. There's levels to this. You will get there. Don't give up. Once you get there, you'll be like me. You'll be a bitch, but you'll be here. But I went to share this stuff with the reference to hormones. Now, I'm still on hormones and stuff like that. I haven't found a new doctor, but I'm still on this stuff. So I just wanted to share this stuff with you as far as your hormones and stuff, as far as the transition, as far as the levels, as far as telling your truth, and do not allow anyone to make you feel less than. I don't care who they are, who they is. If they make you feel less than, it's time for them to go. I don't care who they are. Because that's the problem I had. I started listening. They got into my ear. And when it wasn't around and things went wrong, they were still in my ear. So I dismissed them. You have to do it. You have to. You have to drown one and save yourself. Drown one and save yourself. You have to save yourself. You know, like I said before, subscribe to my channel. I just have this Instagram button. If you follow me, I'll follow back. I want your feedback on this. And Roger, I love you. And thank you for watching. Kiss the ring.
All right now, come on, baby, let's go on Instagram. Woo! Like I said before, please subscribe to my channel. At the top, there's the Instagram button. If you follow me, I will follow you back. Make sure you get that prostate check. Did you subscribe, man? Oh, come on, man. Subscribe to my channel. Love you. Love you.